So welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be showing you more of our curtain making fabrics. In particular, we're going to be focusing on one of our best suppliers, Voyage Maison. We've got a designated display for them at the front of the store, and there's also pictures on Instagram if you want to take a look at that. So they do quite a wide range of designs, lots of different styles, colours to match whatever your decor, whatever your taste. Today we're going to be focusing on the floral and kind of nature themes. So first of all, we'll have a quick look at this one. So this is Tiverton. I'll open it up for you. So these ones is more kind of the nature theme, so there is kind of florals, but it's also got kind of animals, more kind of floral and fauna. So this fabric is a cotton and viscose mix. As you can see, it features kind of pheasants on it, so there's lots of different colours you can pick out. This one's got kind of a velvety feel to it, so it's quite a tactile curtain. That'll be fun. So again, like I say, they're different kind of styles. This is more kind of your fauna. This one is in, let me have a quick look for you. So that one is a cotton and linen mix. As you can see, there's quite a lot of neutrals in this one. It's more of a spaced out pattern, whereas this one is a little bit fuller. Again, features of the birds. There's a good picture here to show you what it would look like made up, and all the different ways you can use it. So you've got curtains, you've got soft furnishings, you can use it to cover footstools, so you can really tie it all together if you want to create a theme with the whole kind of design range. Moving on again, so this is another one of the linen viscose, similar with the kind of velvet feel to it, but this one features kind of more pomegranate. It's got more kind of corals in it. And it's along the same theme, so you've got your pomegranates again, but again this one is in your linen cotton mix. And here we go again. So again, another variation. This one isn't less the natural colour, it's got kind of more of a stone finish on it. So again, if you want to kind of tie it in more with what your existing range is, you can choose the neutral, you can choose the stone, you can really find a colour that matches your home. Again, another one in linen and cotton, this one more dominantly leaves and petals. Again, this one here, so this again is with more the stone finish than the natural. Over here. So this is just a different kind of theme, different kind of floral base, more of your kind of lily pads. So these ones are more abstract, they've got kind of a stained glass kind of feel to them. As you can see, there's lots of different colours. Again, if you want to pick out different colours, or if you want to use the curtain as your kind of statement in a neutral home, that would also work really well. Over. So this one's kind of a more subtle floral on it. It kind of looks more like a kind of drawing. Very beautiful colours. Again, that's your linen cotton mix. There we go. So then this one's moving back to your linen viscose with the kind of velvet feel. You can see it's got kind of that grain on it. It's got the kind of right way, wrong way nap on it. So this one again, this features more the insects. You've got the dragonfly as well as your large kind of florals. Over. Again, same theme, same kind of dragonflies with florals, but again, this is a kind of more pared down design, and it's on your linen cotton. Same one again, but this one is in your stone variation, depending on which colour you prefer, if you want a kind of warmer tone or you want a fresher tone. Moving on. Again, this one features more of a kind of thistle design. There's lots of different colours. Again, you've got the kind of purple, the green, or the coral kind of rusty tones that you can pick out depending on your taste. So here's an example. So the last one we looked at, there's an example of it there, made up in a curtain. So it's quite a strong print if you want to make a statement. So these ones are kind of your cooler tones. You've got your blues and your purples. And there's another variation again, you kind of more your blues and purples tone, but then you can pick out the coral or the orangey kind of tones in the pomegranate. This one's similar design, but again it's got the kind of red feature to it. So these ones are again featuring the bird, like a little kind of a quirkier more design, but lots of colours in that, lots of variation. There you go. So there's a better look of the kind of bird feature. There you go. So purples and pinks featured predominantly in that one. This one has more kind of the birds on it. So you'll see where that one kind of one with the leaves, this one has more variation. There we go again. So these ones are part of the Torrington design. This one's a bit busier if you want a kind of smaller print. There we go. So this again, linen viscose, this is a kind of darker tone on it. And here is another one. So it's more, these are kind of more greys, they've got kind of more of a blue tint in them. So again, this is more in the pomegranate theme. And then these are kind of more of your kind of fauna, but these have got kind of more stronger pinks and purples in them. There's that one there. There's a more abstract variation of the one you'd previously seen. And again, a nice picture there to show you how the purple tones would work. So you can use them to tie in with other fabrics, pre-existing fabrics, or you can use them to create your kind of own statement. Here we go again, it's more flowers and dragonfly. Again, different kind of colour theme, different colourway. Nice purples and blues. Again, thistle print, you've got a nice kind of sweeping pattern through it. So again, this is the linen viscose, the kind of velvet texture. Again, more of a kind of stone colour. These are more greens and blues. There we go. There we go. And these again are the kind of Torrington design. Just different kind of colourways. This one's a kind of more neutral tone than the previous one, so the colours are a lot more muted. Ideal if you want to kind of fit it into pre-existing decor. Again, you see colours. This one is more the kind of pomegranate one, but rather than the kind of strong colour, it's quite a muted kind of grey tone. So this is another one with the bird, different type of bird. Again, more kind of muted colours, nice pastel shades in the purples and mauves. And that is called the Collyford. Again, tying in with that kind of colour theme, you've got the kind of the plain florals, you've got the kind of abstract one, which you can see an example of there in that cushion, but in the kind of stronger colours. Again, these are kind of muted tones. Got another Voyage dragonfly, this one much more purple in it, much more blue, but quite warm colours. Repeated here in the velvet. And these are the Moorhaven. Again, there's your thistle theme again. We've also got that one in the kind of velvet tone. Again, blues, kind of greens. This one a variation, similar design, a little bit more kind of quirky. And then these are just images of their curtains when they're made up, so you can see the full kind of print, how busy they would be, how spaced out. And then they've got matching wallpapers if you want to tie that in with the curtains. So same theme, you've got the birds, the florals, all the different tones. It's green, blues, purples, and then some images there to show you what it would look like. So most of the fabrics have got corresponding wallpaper to them. Yeah. Cool. And we'll show you another one. So this is part of the Katsura range. So these are kind of bigger prints, bigger designs on them. These would be ideal for a range of rooms, whether you want it in the bedroom, kitchen, dining room, lots of different themes on it. So this one is predominantly green, but you've got the nice kind of coral you can pick out. And these are part of the Enso range, and there's a nice picture there to show you it kind of with the complementary cushion there. So this is a smaller version of the previous print. Obviously it depends on your taste, but also your window, whether you want to have a large print or a small print. So there's a larger one in the kind of blue tones. And it has corresponding kind of like a tweed woven one for if you want to add upholstery that ties in with the colours. So the good thing about this book is it shows you all the kind of ones that are similar colour range. This is your kind of blues and your mints with your kind of dark background. And then you can see it on a neutral. Again, smaller print. So this one is your kind of leaves, larger print, more colours. Again, it's quite good if you want to tie it into what you've already got. This one is a more muted variation. So, and then again, your smaller version of it. So this is similar, just kind of more pink tone. Again, it shows you the complementing fabrics, lots of purples and pinks, so it shows you how you can pick out the colours if you want to add to it or you want to create your own kind of design. Smaller version. So these are kind of more earthy tones, more browns, more greens. Again, really good if you've got neutral home and you want to kind of just tie it in. So these are kind of your beautiful purples and mauves. They've got a nice kind of effect on them. It kind of looks like it's been painted, so you've got kind of like watermarks, so it's not a flat colour. You can bring out different kind of shades. These are your kind of more pinky tones. Again, same kind of variation, just different colourways. And then so these are your kind of stronger blue with the kind of orange. Again, it's showing you the two different colours that you can match with it. So these are the more kind of your more blue range. Again, lots of different shades, lots of different designs that you can pick out. So these again, more kind of earthy, natural tone. There we go. This one's proved quite popular. We've had quite a few curtains made up in that kind of one with the kind of pink and orange tones. Again, smaller version. Then you've got your green and your orange. With your yellow kind of tones, you can pick out different colours. So there's lots of choice, lots of different ones. These again, a smaller kind of design with more of the kind of tree rather than just having the blossom. There you go. And then we've got some velvets. Again, these can be standalone fabrics, or you can tie it into the fabrics you've previously seen. They've got lots of different variations depending on what design you choose. And these are part of the lapis range. And again, like before, they've got the kind of complementing wallpapers, same designs, lots of different colourways depending on your taste. To give you a better idea, I'll show you some of the larger samples. So these ones are the Ambra and the Satanta range. So as you can see here, they've got nice vibrant colours. Again, like I said before, it depends on your taste, what you want, a large print or a small print. These have got quite large flowers on them. But lots of different colours, very vibrant. That one was a kind of whiter tone, this is more of a kind of stone background. So as you can see, it has that kind of watercolour effect, so you've got kind of colours bleeding into one another. Gives you lots of choice if you want to add to it. Again, this one's got kind of more the velvet feel to it rather than the kind of cotton linen base. And then there's another example. We have one that again is kind of a smaller print, but again lots of colour in it. There we go. As you can see, it's got the kind of tree theme with the blossoms, kind of abstract, kind of watercolour again. So that's it in kind of the purples and blues. We've also got kind of orange variation there. Then you've got your kind of darker, kind of velvety tone. And then finally that's the kind of pink one, and these are all part of the Savannah range. So again, I'll show you some bigger prints here. So it's up to yourself how bold you want to be, but these ones are very vibrant. Ideally if you've got a large window or a large space. Again, if you've got an interior that's kind of neutral, these are a good way of bringing colour into it without having to redo the whole room. So these are kind of blues, purples, and you've got nice pinks in here. Oh, you've got your red tone, so there's lots of choice depending on what colour where you want to go with. There's kind of all these different variations. There we go. And then, so that was part of the Narissa and the Laksha range. Also have these ones here. So again, similar to what you've seen, large flowers. These ones are a bit more abstract. They've got less kind of detail on them, but they're still lovely. Love colour, great quality. All the Voyage fabrics are reasonably priced. There you go. Again, great if you want to use it for curtains, if you want to use it in soft furnishings. And then this one again, smaller print. Lots of different colours, lots of background colours. So you've got your stone, you've got your kind of greyer tones. You've also got your kind of blue. And that's it in a larger. So like I say, lots of colours to choose from. And that one is the Jayan and the Nula Velvet as well. So as well as the floral, they also have like I said, nature themed ones. These ones are kind of more animal based. So this one features your pheasants or grouse. Great. You've also got ones with these ones. These are more deer, foxes, more kind of country life. Excuse me. And then you've got your kind of farmyard ones. So these ones are the Beaumont pheasants and Sherwood. These are ideal if you want to use them in a kind of kitchen, dining area, you want to create that kind of country rural theme, or for a children's room, nurseries, things like that. It's a bit more fun, a bit more quirky in their designs. So here we have kind of different kind of, again, farmyard rural features. So this is your kind of sheep variation. Then you've got your Highland cow. Ideal if you want to pick up on a Scottish theme. Again, different colours you can kind of pick out in your kind of furnishings or your decor. This one we've got your deers and your stags. And yep, that's all of those. So these are come by Highland cattle and the Moorland stag. Going on from that, again we have kind of smaller prints, more kind of muted. Here, so again we have lots of floral based ones. Again, different colourways, a bit more neutral, a bit more kind of classic in the design. And these are part of the Hedgerow collection. And if you want to go into the Scottish theme, we have these lovely thistle prints. So there's two different kind of variations here. We have a kind of larger print, again more the kind of watercolour brushstroke effect. And then we have a smaller one here. So again, this one picks out more the kind of two colour range. You've got your blue and your green, and then it'll pick up your kind of green tones, green and red, green and purple. And again, they have kind of complementary ones. So those ones are kind of this country life silhouettes. Same kind of one, different colourway. And these ones are part of, oh, doesn't have that on it. So yeah, that's just your kind of thistle collection. Just move those out. Great. And then we've got another book here that has animals. This is your country collection. So again, similar to these ones that you saw hanging up. Again, I'll show you more of the kind of colours of them. Again, it shows you how they look like made up. So some of the prints, when you see them kind of in full, they're a lot kind of prettier. You can see all the different designs, all the different colourways. Yeah. So these ones are kind of on your kind of linen base. Again, neutral tones, kind of natural tone, a bit more classic, a bit more muted. So these are thistle ones. Again, so you can choose the ones that have kind of just a couple of colours in them, or you have ones like these that are full of colour. This one here. So again, that's the linen one, but it's more textured. If you want a kind of more tactile feel to it. Again, featuring birds. There you go. So that's your kind of sheep one again. Different kind of cow variations, different kind of farm life. And you've got your deers and stags. Again, that's the fox one which you saw on the wall hanging. This is kind of on the more of a white background. So like I say in the picture here, you can see them used it to make Roman blinds. So this would be ideal kind of kitchen, dining room area. There you go. And it's again more neutral tone. So this one is an embroidered one, so different kind of variation, different texture. This would be ideal for a nursery or a playroom. You're trying to pick out kind of animals for the kids. So again, different kind of farm animals, country life. You've got pheasants, hedgehogs, hares. So there you go, you've got a nice selection of bird life there. Again, kind of quirky designs, a bit fun. different kind of bird life. Again, you've got the smaller ones, then you've got the kind of larger ones. Okay. So then that's all your fish range there. Again, smaller version, larger version. Got a nice chicken one, that'd be good for the kitchen. Then you've got for all the dog lovers out there, there's these lovely dog ones. Again, all these are kind of linen. That one there is called Walkies. So then this is the thistle one I showed you before. And that one is part of the Blair design. Again, lots of different colours. I can show you the silhouette ones of it. Again, these are all ideal if you don't want to add too much for print. You just want to pick out a simple design to match your decor you already have. And like before, so you've got all your complementary wallpapers to match. So that's kind of everything we have in the kind of floral and nature side to show for you. But if you tune in for part 2, we can show you more from Voyage Maison and how you can use it and what would work for you. Thank you.